Today we will be showing you how to replace an HP 1/8 tape library. This replacement will require downtime and should be scheduled with the system administrator. Since this is a full library replacement with the drive already inside the tape library, this will cover all versions of the 1/8, regardless of what style drive is inside. There are a few reasons that you may decide you need a replacement 1/8. The library may be completely dead. You may have repeated drive errors with multiple tape cartridges, or you may have an issue where the picker assembly isn't pulling or putting tapes from the cartridge carousel or drive correctly. If any of these issues is occurring, you will need to replace the library. It should be noted this video will not be covering the disassembly and replacement of just the tape drive inside the 1/8. This is a depot level repair only. If you purchased a replacement 1/8 from the Rocket Platform website, it will already come fully assembled with the tape drive inside it. All you will need to move over from the faulty unit is your tape cartridges. The only exception to this is if you have a barcode reader installed on the faulty 1/8. If you do, you will also need to move that over from the faulty library to the replacement. The first thing you will need to do prior to performing the library replacement is to remove all of the tape cartridges from the library. If the library is still able to be powered on, you will first want to check if there is a tape in the drive. If there is, please use the front panel commands to move the tape from the drive to the cartridge carousel. If the library is either completely dead or the front panel commands fail when trying to move the tape from the drive, please open a ticket through the Rocket Plus customer portal. Once the drive is empty, you will now need to remove all tapes from the cartridge carousel. This is done through the front panel commands. If the commands fail to remove tapes from the carousel, please open a ticket through the Rocket Plus customer portal. Once all tapes are removed from the library, you will need to retrieve your unique settings from the library before powering it down. This will include both the library mode and the SCSI ID. If your library is completely dead, you will need to set up the replacement from scratch. This may require contacting the system administrator to get the appropriate SCSI ID and library mode. When all relevant settings are obtained, you can use the front power switch to turn the library off. Now you will need to go around to the rear of the library and unplug the power and SCSI cables along with the SCSI terminator from the rear of the library. Once ready, your library can now be pulled straight back and out of the rack and set to the side. If you have a barcode reader on the rear of the faulty library and there is not a barcode reader installed on the replacement, you will need to first move the barcode reader over from the faulty library to the replacement. To do this, you will need to remove the cover plate on the back of the replacement library. This will reveal the plug where the barcode reader is installed. You can undo the two screws holding the barcode reader on the faulty library and then carefully unplug it from the connector and move it over to the replacement library, ensuring that you fully seat the plug into the connector and then screw it down to the back of the library. You can then take your replacement library and slide it into the rack. First, make sure that the power switch on the front of the replacement library is in the off position. Then go around to the rear of the library and install the power and SCSI cables along with the SCSI terminator. Now you can go around to the front of the library and flip the power switch to the on position and wait for the library to initialize. When the front operator panel shows the library name, the library is now fully initialized. You will need to go through the front panel and set your unique information, including both the SCSI ID and library mode. Once these settings are confirmed, you will need to reboot the library for the settings to take effect. You are now ready to load your tapes into the cartridge carousel of the library. Please use the command through the operator panel to insert all tapes. Then the library will inventory the carousel. Once all tapes are inserted and the library goes back to idle, the replacement is complete. You will now need to reconfigure your backup software to be able to use the replacement library. All backup software handles this process differently. For our purposes, since we use Semantic Backup Exec, we simply need to restart the services to allow the tape services to detect the replaced library. Your backup software procedure may be different. Any questions about backup software should be directed to your software support or manufacturer. If you have any issues with the replacement library or it's not powering up properly, please open a ticket through the Rocket Plus customer portal. Thanks for watching. This has been another video by the Top 10 USA Video Production Team. We look forward to sharing more content with you going forward, so please check out our YouTube channel and please subscribe so that you get notified whenever we release a new piece of content.